Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what ought to be a great matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the New York Giants. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And thank you, Coach. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the New York Giants. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And, Charles, you take a look at this Giants ball club. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0. Meanwhile, for the visiting Packers, they come into this one after a loss in the opener, and they're in for another tough test here.
And what a battle for an organization to look at your schedule and see 2 road games to start the season and not have a letdown immediately. You've got to fight against that. They've got to come out ready to play.
The children will grow. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They will be led out by a second-round pick in 2019. Out of Missouri, it's Drew Lock.
Well, his ratio was good last week. Most quarterbacks are really excited about a 3-to-1 ratio, but it's flipped in the wrong direction. He threw 3 interceptions, not touchdown passes, and he only had the 1 TD pass in that game. So he's trying to turn that around and find a way for his team to win.
Throwing on first down is O-line. Hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field, and when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
And he goes out right around the 39. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. We'll look now at our starting defense. Currently number 1 in the NFL against the run.
And that's a ranking that feels good, right? To be number 1 and to be the top of your profession. But here's the problem. It's only week 1.
1 week, yeah.
Can they do it 15 more times? If so, then we really got something to talk about.
That's the challenge. 3rd and 2, Lock's going to throw. He's got Adams on the hook up. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10, right at the 40. They look to throw. It's Lock. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Again, he was looking for Devontae Adams, but it's going to be 2nd down. Lock again here on 2nd and 10. Jones has it. He was a 2nd-round pick. Many scouts thought he could have gone higher than that.
And I was one of them. Even though I don't scout for any particular team, I had a 1st-round grade on him. And frankly, I'm surprised he lasted to the 2nd round. They got a steal with this player.
And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago. Really, it grades out as a pretty darn good class.
So you have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting organization. General manager, personnel department, college scouts, it all came together. They evaluated it very well and got a nice payoff. They'll run on 1st down. It's right. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Back to the ground.
this time with Jones. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. Throwing his lock on 3rd down. Man open, that's Juwan Winfrey. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Play action. Now it's Locke. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. Then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him.
Squeeze. Check 52. Bam. Check hot route. Hot. Ready.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
Here comes the ball.
And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Tighten up. Pull it together. Hey, Echo. Yep. I got you, Pop. Check 59. Be driven.
To throw, it's Allen. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. They come into this one ranked number 17, so just starting the bottom half of the league against the pass.
When they lack in pass defense, they do make up for it in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against some people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league, so there's the conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
First down, Giants on a pickup of 14. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Go now. 15, Ronnie. 59. Check. Leo. And now.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. And he's got this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 37.
Hey, lock it. Let's get that ball, dude. Let's get that ball right here. Hey,
Play action. Now it's Allen. He's got his man on the crossing route. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 15-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Hey, Alpha.
That'll bring up second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on third down conversions. They need a yard here.
Slam, slam, slam. Smooth. Say go.
Here's Allen. Forced out to his left. And he's got...
On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Hey. Banjo. 61, matchbox lights. Hustle. Shoot.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion, and to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turn. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Darius Slayton, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, it's probably about 3 steps before you get on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd down now. It's Jones, and the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 11. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
19 yards there on the catch and run. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is left. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
This, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that went downfield or have moved away from him. In this case, though, the teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Lock now on 3rd and goal. Complete to right. And he's brought down Greg Joseph for the field goal try. The kick by Joseph is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. They had it first and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there. Forget the idea of flipping the field. They have now put themselves in a position to score points with that big-time return.
Hey, team 6, team 6. Shoot.
On first down, Allen. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Ready?
Here's Allen to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Allen now looks to throw. And Ingram holds it in. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. First down now, but the clock continues to move.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Hey, Haywood.
Allen to throw once more. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end. But it'll be 2nd and goal. This clearly the final play of the half, but no field goal attempt. They're going for it with 3 seconds remaining.
Hey, wahoo!
A final shot before half for Allen. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. From 6 yards away. And the Giants are going to jump back in front. You knew time was going to run out, so this had to be in the end zone, and somehow they were able to find a window and get it done.
Very easy for us to talk about up here that, yes, all that had to happen, but when time's running down, sometimes your brain compresses a little bit too. They showed great poise, understanding of situation, making sure they got to the end zone in order to complete that pass and take a nice momentum into the locker room.
And just like that, on we head to half number 2. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. This one taken from the 7. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. So now the Giants set to take over on offense. They're leading right now and on the heels of that victory last week against Arizona. 1st and 10 as they start this drive. Second half begins with a run from Barkley. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
He dumps it off to Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. 3rd down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a first down pickup.
A first down carry for Barkley. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Allen. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And a man out of the backfield gets in for the score. Rosas good with the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Let's go!
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter, good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the 3rd.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor. 38 yards on the scamper there.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play. On 2nd and inches. Allen. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
On 1st down, Barkley avoids him at the 5. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. And there, the counter play proves successful for the touchdown. What typically makes a counter play in general successful, Charles?
But what you're trying to do, Brandon, is to get the team moving in one direction, meaning the defense. Get them going in one direction and then wall them off with your blocking and bring it back in the other direction. That way, you don't actually have to punish them with your blocking. You just position them. And if you have any kind of a good back, they'll take full advantage of it and gain good yardage.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On second down, it's Jones. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's the Packers who have the football but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, first and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up first and 10, right at the 50-yard line. It's Barkley on the counter. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. They run the counter. Seymour trying to run inside, but nothing there. Okay, second and 1, you get nothing. What now on third and 1?
Sorry about that. I was so excited I jumped in on you. This is almost like practice to me. Line it up and do it again. You didn't get it right the first time. Just get right back on the ball and go. It doesn't matter that they know you're coming. You ought to be able to pick up this short yardage.
The Giants on third down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th. So they're going for it, and here's Allen. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out. How about that? Their quarterback, 34 yards. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. So a designed run all the way, and he took it the distance. I don't know that anybody saw that coming.
Well, on this play, how about the vision of it? Being able to see the open field, make his move, and get there. Oftentimes, defenses have a spy for the quarterback position to try and take care of it. On that play, if they did, it certainly didn't work. Yeah, there's no doubt.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And they open the lead up now to 25. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And
more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. Lock now. 12 of 15 throwing the ball. 80% so far, and it's first and 10. Jones. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Give them 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. To throw it is Locke. Making the catch, it's Winfrey. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Clock now to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. The kick by Joseph is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Here we go. 60 outlaw. Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come on.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Ready?
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Double time.
At the 44-yard line.
6 guys. Check.
Out of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Tighten up. Leo, fight.
They'll run with Barkley. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. And quickly, they get to the line. On 2nd down now, Barkley. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. On play action, Allen. He sets to fire deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Giants, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Green...
Yeah. Run up and up his face.